what hotter than a sauna.
Yes, one and all. Right now, this is the part where we're going to have a very serious conversation with a young lady who goes by the name of Haz. So hold tight, people. Let's see if we can get hold of her.
Hiya.
Hiya, Haz, you good? Uncle Drummer?
Good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. How's your evening been, alright?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. Just keeping busy at home.
Okay, alright, wonderful. Alright, we're going to jump straight in
How
because
about you?
I'm alright, I'm just at home like everybody else right now,
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to jump straight in because time is precious right now, yeah?
Okay.
Alright, so I'm talking to you today, Haz, yeah, to bring awareness to people that are blind and partially blind, because there's a lot of people that don't deal with these things unless they affect them, yeah?
Yeah.
And even me, I'm even guilty of that. So I'm definitely doing this to bring awareness to people, to let people know what happens and what we can do to help, and what someone who's actually going through being blind or partially blind, what type of day they have and what type of year and month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I do get you. And to be honest, until I lost my vision, I was one of those people. I was very ignorant and didn't realise the difference between a blind and a partially sighted and how difficult their lives are.
yeah. I think we're all guilty of that in some way. In all aspects of life, not just with blind, with everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Haz, what age did the partially blind thing started affecting you?
Well, I lost my vision overnight, basically. It happened in the space of a few days in the hospital, and I was 28.
Wow.
Yeah, so I didn't have any time to prepare myself for it mentally. It just kind of it just happened, and myself and my family, we just had to accept it. And I'm 29 now, so I've just about had a year to sort of accept it for what it is and adapt to the new vision that I have, and changed my life to deal with it.
So before, like you said, it's overnight. So was your vision like going down, or was it just you had perfect vision?
No. I had 20/20 vision. It was perfect. Absolutely nothing wrong with my eyes at all before I lost my vision. I was having headaches about February last year, and GP told me it was a migraine. I ignored it. They got worse and worse and worse. I went into the hospital, and they didn't even tell me. They told my family that they found 3 very large clots on my brain.
Oh no.
And while they were treating me for that, while they were dissolving that, they were already that big that they were putting pressure on the nerves around my eyes, the optical nerves.
Yeah.
And they damaged them beyond repair. It's irreversible damage. So that's how I lost my vision. It's sort of something that you don't really expect to come from a headache, and it just sort of happened so suddenly, and it changed everything about my life, and my family's life, to be honest.
I can imagine. So from having sight one day, and waking up the next day, maybe you might have thought it was a bad dream or something. How did it affect you, like, mentally?
Oh, I thought I was in a dream that I couldn't wake up from, because when it first happened, everything was dark, and I could just see shadows and outlines of things.
Okay.
And I was telling everybody that, oh, it's dark today. You know, you haven't turned the nurses haven't turned the lights on. And it was just the tone of the voice of my family when they said, no, everything's on. That's when I knew, okay, something's seriously wrong.
Yeah.
And it's just a sense of fear that I have. I can't explain it to you. It's a sense of fear that I have never, ever felt before in my life. And then that darkness went into almost like a nothing. It wasn't that I was seeing black. I saw nothing. There was absolutely nothing there. It's like waking up, but you haven't woken up because you haven't opened your eyes.
Yeah.
And it's like I had and that lasted for about 4 days before a little bit of my vision came back. And you know, being 28 years old and needing help with everything. You know, getting out of bed, brushing my teeth, having my tea. I found newfound respect for people who are permanently blind and live a completely independent life.
Yes.
But I just can't. It felt very, very frightening, and it was a very, very lonely time. Even though I was surrounded by all these doctors and specialists and all my family and my friends, being in a room full of people and not being able to see them is the loneliest feeling in the world. And not being able to see things and not knowing if you can see them again, it's a fear that I've never felt before.
Yeah.
And I don't think anything can top that feeling ever. And I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Yeah. And I wanna say to you, you know, I couldn't even imagine what you're going through, to be honest with you, and because it's fresh, it's still a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's still
very
fresh,
new.
you know. But alright, so your family immediately kicked in, and friends, and started to help you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a like fight or flight mode kicked in. I mean, people ask me sort of, how do you deal with it? But I think for me, it wasn't an option of how do I deal with it. It's an option of I have to deal with this.
Of course.
I either lie here and burst into tears, or I deal with it. So I just said, okay, cool. This is the situation. This is what's happened. What do we do now? Like we need to. I just didn't want to accept that this is me now, and I had to find a way to make do. I've always been a very strong person, like independently as well.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to accept it that at my age, at 28 going on to 29, that I was going to be very dependent on my mum.
Yeah.
And I just had to find a way to make it through. But yeah, no, I could not have got through without my family and my friends. To be completely honest, I did lose a lot of people along the way, which was very shocking. It's true what you say, that what they say, that it's in your hardest times that you find who your true friends are.
Yeah.
And I did lose a lot of people along the way, who just weren't there. And it's not that they weren't. I don't feel anything towards them. There's no like bad blood. There's no nastiness.
Yeah.
I just think, if you don't want to be here, if you didn't sign up for this, it's a lot to take on. I get that.
Yeah.
I wish nothing but good things for you, but that's fine. I just don't have time for anything negative in my life. So if you don't want to be here 100%, that's absolutely fine.
Yes.
On your way. But it was shocking. It's people that I've known since I was a little kid, that I'd grown up with, and had this have happened to them, I would have been there for them.
Yeah, naturally.
And I think it was harder to deal with losing people than dealing with losing my sight. Yeah.
But like you said, this is something that is either you deal with it or you crumble, and sometimes you have to just forget these people. it's sad and it's horrible
Yeah.
because, you know what I mean, no one wants to forget anybody, really and truly. But like you said, you're in a predicament right now, and you know it's not going to make it any easier on you.
No.
So you have to think
But
about.
sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
For your own benefit, you know.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask you, yeah.
Yeah.
You know when you go to bed and you dream, yeah. Are you dreaming in visual, or you just is it everything still black?
No, I love my dreams. Because I dream how I did before I lost my sight. So my dreams are of a fully sighted person. So
Okay,
I think having a dream is a nice time.
So it's like your TV then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And all right, this is a bit of a personal question, so you don't have to answer this if you
Go
want.
for it.
Yeah. Was you in a relationship at the time when this happened?
Do you know what I was? And we were at the stage where what I thought he was, and I definitely was ready to take it to the next step.
Yeah.
The relationship fell apart when I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital for a total of about nearly 5 months.
Okay.
And yeah, it fell apart when I was in there. He just wasn't ready to take this on.
Yeah.
And it was really hard to deal with at the time. I think having to come to terms with, because what I went through is the doctors describe it as very similar to a stroke.
Okay.
So not only did I lose my sight, but it affected my mobility, my balance. So I went through a lot of physiotherapy, and they retrained me to walk and talk and things like that. So not only was I going through the difficulty of that mentally, but I was also dealing with a breakup as well.
Yeah.
Which is hard enough on its own.
Of course.
It was a really tough time emotionally, but I think now I'm in a good place. I haven't seen him since. We've had phone conversations about it. I haven't heard a good enough excuse or anything that justifies why he wasn't there. Personally, I think he just can't bring himself to say that I didn't sign up for this. I can't deal with this. Which, it's okay. It's okay. I've accepted it for what it is. It's tough. It's a tough one.
It definitely is, because it's like you're the person in the position, but at the same time you still have to be the bigger person, and it shouldn't really have to be that way.
It shouldn't, because at that time, as much as you get the one person that you want that bit of comfort from is your other half, and that when that person isn't there, nobody else's words can mean the same. Yeah, that's right. Nobody else can be the same as that person was for you. But I think that mentally has sort of broken me down as well, because I think, well, if this is somebody that was already in my life and already loved me for who I was, and now doesn't want to know because of this, why would somebody else want to now come in? Yeah. But that. And I know that's wrong, and I know that I shouldn't judge everybody based on his actions. But like I say to my friends, any other person that now tries to get involved will have to deal with a mess that somebody else has created, and that's not fair on any other man. So I think I need to deal with my own emotional problems before I even let anybody else have a chance, because it's just not going to work otherwise. Yeah.
Well, like you said, it's still early, and
a year might sound like a long time, but it's really not. Some days are good, some days are worse.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can't imagine. I'm not saying I can't. I'm not going to say I can imagine. I can't imagine because, like people freak out if the water from the tap stops running for 2 hours.
Yeah.
If the internet goes down, do you know what I'm saying? So this is really, something that's it's not something that you can imagine. But I want to say
not.
to you, like, you sound very strong. Yeah, I've never met you. I've never spoke to you before, other than this conversation here, and you sound very strong. Yeah, and
Thank you.
just whatever you're doing to keep yourself strong, whether it's your family, your friends, or talking to God, or whatever it is, just keep it up because
I'm just trying to raise awareness. Not just about people that are partially sighted or blind, but just any sort of illness or disability. Because when I mean, for example, if you was to look at me, you wouldn't know what I've been through or what's wrong with me. You think I was any other person. So I think when you look at when you see someone, when you meet someone, just be a bit nicer, be a bit kinder, be a bit more respectful, because you don't know what they're dealing with, you don't know what they're going through.
Of course. Of course.
And not every illness, not every disability is visible. So I just want to raise a little bit more awareness of that, and that's what keeps me going. I think that's what keeps me strong and motivated.
Of course. All right. What I wanted to ask you as well is,
yeah,
now that this this situation has occurred for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you find it harder to meet new people, or are you just clinging to the people that you've got around you now?
Extremely hard. Extremely hard. I get really, really bad anxiety if I have to go into a new environment.
Yeah.
And meet somebody new. I've very much just sort of cling to the people that stood by me throughout the whole of last year.
Yeah.
I find it harder to meet, to be honest with you, I find it harder to meet people who knew me before I lost my sight and don't know that I've lost my sight.
Okay.
It's because if I was to meet you tomorrow,
yeah,
you only know me as the me now. You don't know me any different, so you will only treat me as you see me. But if I was to bump into an old friend from school who knew me 5 years ago, it's the look they give you of sympathy, or they feel sorry for you, and it's just the look that I don't want it and I don't need it, and that's what makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's what knocks me back down when I've built up that strength I've got out of bed, I've got myself showered, I've got myself dressed, I've got myself ready, I'm out the door, I'm ready to start the day, and then that just knocks me down.
Are you doing all this on your own now?
No.
Okay.
So I live with family.
Okay.
And I've always either got family or one of my friends with me.
Okay.
I can't be on my own, unfortunately.
Okay.
Because of this.
Okay. So when you actually look at someone, yeah?
Yeah.
So someone standing in front of you, yeah? Like,
yeah,
a couple feet away from you. What can you actually see, or you can't see anything?
So if you were to stand right in front of me, I would see your face, a little bit around your face, and just above your shoulders, so your neck.
So is it like a blur, or are you actually seeing it?
No, I would see it. How clear it is would depend on how bright the room is,
okay,
and how tired I am as well.
Okay.
On the day, that all makes a difference. But even then, it's never 100% clear. I'd say the best I get is about 80% clarity.
Okay. Okay.
Which, I mean, everyone always looks great to me now because it doesn't. I can't see any wrinkles on anyone.
Yeah. So, what have your family and your loved ones and close friends? What have they said to you to keep you grounded within this year? This uncomfortable year.
To be honest, we're I'm not much of a talker. I don't really talk about my feelings much. So we've not had a sit down and spoken about it, but they've just sort of not treated me any different.
Okay.
Which has helped me a lot, and they've just let me carry on being me and carry on doing me, and just jumped in and helped me where I've needed the help without saying anything.
Yeah.
And not made it a big issue, and not created a scene or made or any awkwardness about it. Like for example, with my mobility, like as soon as we step outside the door, whether it be my mum or my brothers or my friends, they'll just hold my hand and we'll walk as if it's normal, and they won't make me feel uncomfortable or awkward. They, you know, we've had some adjustments made around the house to make things easier for me.
Yeah.
We've had my bedroom brought downstairs because I struggle with the stairs, which I think is the hardest thing now, because you know my whole life has changed, but they've been as accommodating as they can because their life has changed as well.
Of course, it's not just you.
Yeah, and I think for me that was the hardest thing, because at the beginning I was really, really angry. I had a lot of anger in me. It's because I didn't have anybody to blame for this. It's not like I had an accident. I wasn't assaulted. I didn't get ill. It just happened.
Yeah.
And there is no cause. The doctors still haven't found a cause for it. So all this anger built up and nobody to aim it at. So I just aimed it at them.
Yeah. Closest ones to you. You're gonna do that.
Yeah, but only now can I look back and I apologised to my mum the other day, and I just think it's affected you as well, Mum, because I've lost my vision and I've lost my independence and my mobility, but you know, you've lost the daughter that you had, and you've lost the times that you would have had free when you now do things for me. And you're her child, isn't it? So whatever, like sometimes we as adults or children, we think that people don't care or whatever, they're inconsiderate, but whatever happens, it hurts them. It actually does hurt them. We don't see it, but it hurts them, even if they don't show it. And you know what? They never showed it to me. I think in the whole year, not one person in my life has shown me a single tear. And I think that's what's helped keep me strong. They've just been very positive around me and very bubbly.
Yeah. And
just kept me laughing and kept me going, which I think has helped me a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so within this year now of the change of life, yeah?
Yeah.
What has been a few positive things that you have kept yourself grounded with?
I have become a lot closer to my family and a few select friends.
Yes.
And I think it as bad as it is, it's because of my health problems.
Of course.
We've become a lot closer because we spent a lot of time together. I've become a much more patient person, and I think, and I've become a lot kinder as well.
Yeah.
Because of what I've went through and because of what I now know I struggle with, I just have that consideration now for others. Okay. Whereas before I would have been easily frustrated with someone for something. I think, oh, actually, this could be a reason for that, or that could be a reason for that.
Yeah. And
it's just being a kinder person and being a calmer person and being a bit more patient. It just makes me a bit happier.
Yes.
And as silly as it might sound to some people, just being happier will just it just makes everything go a lot better for you throughout your day, and things will just go your way. Like you know.
Yes, I do.
Things will go your way, and the final thing I think it's put life into perspective for me, where things that mattered to me before don't matter to me now.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good lesson.
And I try and pass that message on to people now, where I see them working so hard for something or crying so much over something, and I just think it doesn't matter. It really and truly, it does not matter, because if that was to disappear, if you won't be crying about it in a year's time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Focus all of your energy into something that's going to benefit you.
Yes.
And your loved ones, and something that is going to matter in the next 5 years' time.
Yes.
Like, look at where we are all now.
Yeah.
The amount of people that I'm speaking to now who are realising that they have no meaning in their life because they have no hobbies, no passions, no interests, and they're stuck at home with nothing to do.
Yeah.
Because their whole life was going to work and coming back home and chasing money.
That's right.
To do nothing with. Like, they didn't know what they wanted to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And how do you feel? Let's take away the fear. Yeah, let's take away the fear factor, because that's what's kind of got this whole place upside down right now, is the fear factor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna take that away from this conversation, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel knowing that your eyes are not witnessing the terror that's going on right now?
So much better.
That's good.
So much better. I always joke about it. I mean, I shouldn't joke, but say I feel like there's so much going on in the world that God didn't want me to see, so He just took it away from me.
Yep. Yep. And it's not even to say that, you know, it's easy for me to say it because I'm not in that position, but I'm a person, I have belief and faith, so it's not even to say that that's till the end of your life, you know, because it could come back.
It potentially could, because those 4 days that I could see nothing, the doctors told me that was permanent. So as far as I knew, that I was permanently blind. And then all of a sudden another doctor came in and he knew of a procedure, then it gave me back a little bit of my vision. So when I go in and I speak to them now, they say it could come back, it could go away. They don't know. I believe, I do believe in God, and I don't think anybody is greater than He is, and nobody knows.
Has this strengthened your belief now?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
That's good.
100%. And I never once, the whole time I was in hospital, did I question, if there is a God, why has He done this to me? Never.
Yeah, yeah.
I did, because I was a believer of Him before.
That's right.
I believe, I also believe that everything happens for a reason. And by this happening, I've cut, not personally, I didn't choose to do it, it just happened naturally, but a lot of the people that shouldn't have been in my life are no longer in my life. I believe I'm a better person since I've lost my vision, and, you know, when God is ready for it to come back, it shall come back. Yeah,
that's definitely the right words, and I believe that as well. And from today onwards, I'll definitely be adding you in my prayers to say,
thank you.
I want that to happen for you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we're gonna narrow it down to the last couple of questions now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the people that listen to your interview, because I'm gonna push it out to a good few people, right?
Yeah.
What do you want people to know and understand about this situation and about yourself right now?
I think I want people to take away two things. One, your health is the most important thing that you have in this world, before anything and everything else. I am now living with a severe visual impairment that could have been prevented, and it started with a headache.
Yes.
Which the GP told me was a migraine, And even though in my heart I knew it was, everybody knows their body, and I knew that it was more than a migraine. I knew it was something that needed checking out. But because I didn't want to call in sick to work, because I wanted to hustle hard, I wanted to go after that money, I wanted to go and chase, I didn't go into the doctors, I didn't go into A&E, I didn't force them to do. Your health is the most important thing. You know your body. If something is wrong, fight for them to check it out and test it, because I would not have lost my vision if I had listened to my body.
Yeah.
That is the most important thing. And I think the second one is just be a bit more aware of people around you, because and be grateful for what you have, and be aware that not everybody is around you would have it, because everybody is born with 2 arms, 2 legs, you know, a mouth, a nose, 2 eyes, but not everybody in the world is able to use those 2 arms, 2 legs, that mouth, that nose, and those eyes. So
That's
just
right.
be a little bit aware and a bit cautious of that when you're outside in the world.
That's right. That's right. I love those things that you just said, and I want to say in closing to you
Yeah.
that your energy that I picked up from you today is that you are a very powerful woman. Yeah, even in times of weakness, because this right now is a weak stage. Yeah, which you're only going to build yourself up and get stronger. Regardless, whatever the turnout of this happens, you're only going to get stronger. But
No other choice.
But you sound like a very strong lady, and I see you said that you're not much of a talker, but I can see you talking to a lot of people. I can see you. This is what I see for you. I see you talking to a lot of people. Yeah, and I think you're gonna help. You're gonna help a lot of people with your talk as well. So,
Well, I hope so.
So, you know, maybe this is an opportunity for you to talk to people that haven't got the courage and haven't got the heart or the strength to fight things when things go wrong. Because some people crumble, and you can't blame them.
Yeah.
You can't blame them, because we live in a hard world where there's not a lot of consideration.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if I can help one person, it would make me feel that much better.
yeah. So I think you'll be helping a lot of people soon. I think what's happened to you now, yeah, is gonna lead you to greener pastures, and I feel like you will be helping a lot of people, and you're gonna heal yourself. Yeah.
Wow.
So you're gonna heal. You'll heal yourself. Whatever the turnout of it is, you're gonna heal yourself. Yeah. So just stick to your loved ones. Stay strong, and all I can say is God bless you, man. And I thank you for giving me the time to talk to you today, because
Thanks for reaching out.
I just saw you on the IG, and
Yeah.
I always go to people's profile and I look and I read what I read, and I thought, huh? And I'm thinking, no, she doesn't look blind. And then I thought about it, and I came off the page, and then I actually came back to the page. Something said go back to the page. I went back to the page, and I thought, wow. I saw you with some glasses on or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is the thing. You don't know. You know, when you look, you can't see everything. So just be a little kinder and ask questions. But thanks for reaching out. Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to say that yeah, you just made a friend for life, yeah.
You
So
too.
I'm gonna stay in contact with you.
Make sure you do.
Yeah, this is not just about me and you chatting or reasoning or interview or nothing like that. This is you actually open up my eyes to a lot of things, and I think, to be honest with you, due to the situation that people are in now, the world is actually going to change. It's going to change whether they like it or not.
I think it needs it. I really do. I think it's a long time coming.
Yeah, so You know, like you said, everybody's just got to take into consideration other people, be a bit kinder, show more love, and I think this world will be a better place. But I want to say, in closing, thank you for today. Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
And I want to say more blessings to your family and your friends. And even those people that you didn't stay in contact with, maybe they couldn't deal with it, maybe they never had the strength for it. But the main thing is that you're strong, and you're going to stay strong, and you're going to get stronger, and you're going to be better.
I hope so.
All right?
Thank you.
So I want to say thank you and more blessings to you, Haz, and have a great night, yeah?
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you,
Have a great night as well.
Thank you.
Keep safe.
Thank you, Haz. Bye.
Bye.